Hey, it's Chuck. If you're done being emotionally governed by other people's reactions, this one's for you. Let's dive into it. Here's your fourth Chuckism. I'm not responsible for your emotions. Another one that's so core to what I believe that this one's tattooed on my right forearm. And my clients are very well versed in it because it isn't a loophole in therapy. It's a shift in how power works in relationships. Here's the crux of what I mean. I'm responsible for everything that belongs to me. My words, my actions, my choices, my boundaries, my repair, and yes, my emotions. Because what I feel is mine. Your behavior can influence that 100%. However, you don't get ownership of my internal world. Nobody gets to make me feel something like they're holding a remote control to my nervous system. That control belongs with and to me. I can choose my emotion the way I used to choose my own adventure in eighth grade reading class, not in a fake forced positivity way, but in a real responsibility way. I get to decide, do I spiral or do I ground? Do I explode or do I pause? Do I abandon myself or do I advocate clearly? That's the line. So on one side of this Chuckism, you have, I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to own what I feel, and I'm not going to let my emotion become an excuse for behavior that I'll regret later on. On the other side of this, you get to choose what you do. You get to own your impact. You get to be accountable. But but you don't get to control me through my feelings or your feelings. You don't get to write the rule that says my fear, guilt, or anxiety must dictate my decisions. And here's the call back to the last Chuckism. If the problem has been named, if someone has clearly told you what hurts, what lands wrong, what needs to change, then playing clueless is not an option. You're not responsible for my emotions. You're not you can't play God to my emotions, but what you are responsible for is not knowingly driving the same knife into the same wound over and over and over again. So no, this isn't cold, it's clean. You don't become less caring with this mindset. You become less controllable and more responsible for the one thing you actually have the authority over, your emotions. I'm Chuck, the bald therapist. Work on you. Take no bullshit and remember that you matter. Have a gentle rest of your day.